So I want to make sure that I have Andy and Auntie, and I'd also like to introduce Stacy Standridge, who's the Deputy Director of NNCO and has been the lead at organizing this workshop. So let me ask the NSEC co-chairs first to share any thoughts that you may have.
Yes, thank you, Lisa. I'm generally impressed by the community. And it's one of these two areas where I find real synergy between the disciplines people and all the players that make the nanoscience and technology stand out. It is truly a bottom-up versus top-down approach to develop the science and technology and really try to make the nation prosper in the long run. So I look forward to the out years. I think we have a very good thing going, and we just need to find a ways to sustain the already good.
Thanks, Auntie. Andy Schwartz here. I certainly wholeheartedly second everything that Auntie said. I think this was a fascinating workshop. So for those of you who didn't hear me earlier in the week, I am at the Department of Energy, but I really, Auntie and I both represent the 20 plus agencies that are part of this interagency working group. So on behalf of all of those agencies, I really just wanted to thank everyone who participated actively in this workshop, the panelists, the moderators, and all the attendees who came to the breakout sessions and submitted questions to the panel and et cetera. So we have a big task ahead of us to write a new or updated strategic plan. It's, as we've heard throughout the week, this is not a small challenge for us. And I think the input from the RFI that was issued in the fall, and really the input from this workshop, is going to be incredibly valuable across the interagency working group in doing that. And so I just wanted to thank everyone for participating, encourage you to continue to interact. Nano.gov, you can find contact information if you have an idea tonight or tomorrow or next week, and you say, gosh, I wish I'd put that forward. We will welcome, I'm saying this on behalf of Lisa and Stacy and their team, but they will welcome any input. And I'll just close by thanking Lisa and Stacy. So those of you who don't know the organizational structure, the National Nanotechnology Coordination Office, which Lisa heads, and as she just mentioned, Stacy Standridge is the Deputy Director of, that is really the operational hub and makes this whole thing work. The interagency working group is wonderful, but the organization that makes this happen and all the people who work there, I'm not going to name them all because then I'll miss somebody, but thanks to everyone at NNCO for the lead up to and the organization of this workshop, because it was a huge amount of work. And I really do have to specifically call out Stacy because she has been working tirelessly for the last few months to get this together, and I'm amazed at how well it went. So thank you, Stacy, for that, and thanks to everyone at NNCO.
Thanks, Andy. Stacy, do you have any final comments you want to share?
Yeah, just a couple of thoughts, and thank you, Andy, for those nice words. I think it's also really important to think, while the NNCO did do a lot of the logistical planning for this, there's a whole interagency community that has been providing thoughts and inputs and questions and suggestions all along, and we just tried to take it all and wrap it all up and make something that would be helpful for the strategic planning and for the community as well. There's been a lot of really wonderful discussion during this event, and I think people have synthesized the high points really well. For me, one of the big take-homes is that it's about the community and the personal connections. And even though this has been a virtual format, which is a little bit hard to keep that community feeling, I hope those of you on the webcast could feel it as well, because seeing all of the really engaged and thoughtful questions coming in from all across the nanotechnology community, it was really uplifting, and we could feel on our side of it how engaged the community outside of the federal government continues to be, and just thank you for that. And we want to definitely continue to encourage that.
Great, thank you, Stacy. And I'm just going to close with, again, thank you to Stacy, the NNCO team, Andy and Auntie, and everyone who participated. And also just to reinforce, we always welcome your input. And the RFI is a framework for what we really are looking for. But if you have thoughts, as Andy said, in the coming days, please don't hesitate to reach out and share them. We couldn't get to all the questions, but we did capture all the content in the suggestions that were made in the questions, and they will certainly be shared with the interagency and be part of the discussion. I'd like to thank our webcasting team as well. As Andy said, we're really pleased with how this went, and thank you all and have a wonderful afternoon.